Bismillah Rahman Rahim. This is Engineer Masood Akhtar Kiani, and today we have the technical session number 109. Our subject is irrigation in civil construction. Our channel reference is Material Engineer Officials. So I would like to request you to subscribe the channel, press the bell icon in order to reach the next video with the easy access. So irrigation is a process of the landscape and the hardscape, softscape, and which is a part of the construction. Uh, we will go through the uh, subject. What is the irrigation process? It is controlled amount of water can be supplied through the artificial means such as pipes, ditches, sprinklers, uh, bubblers, and the ripples in order to make the system establish and the trees and the softscape landscape system is to be established. So, what is the role of the irrigation in the civil engineering? It is a vital link between the science and the society. A person who undergo the science solve the problems foundation of the developed agriculture development. So, this is the most important factor in the human life and the community as well as the hygienically process of the health improvements. So, what is the deal of economic and the sustainability? The main job of an engineer is a build sustainable infrastructure in order to establish a landscape which is always alive, uh, trees, shrubs, vegetation, grass, etc. The engineering of control and the harness of the various natural resources of water by construction of dam and the reservoirs, canals, and the headworks, and the finally distributing the water into a agriculture field is called the irrigation engineering. So, what is the irrigation? Irrigation is defined as the process or the artificial supplying of water to the soil and the raising crops and trees as well. Irrigation engineering main goal is a achieve must be design sustainable and the achieve desirable life to achieve the good effects of the its environmental influence. So environmental balance after and the before increasing the crops and the boosts the agriculture productivity, irrigation borne disease, and also it's control the ecosystem disableness, provide the option and the diversion of the water logging and increase the value of a uh, land aspects. Deterioration of water quality, increase the food production and the security and the reduction of the downstream flow, reduce the through the phenomena is change of water in the quality the system. Economical water before the increase the uh, financial analysis improve the standard of the living, calculate after the maintenance cost and increase the uh, income and the lump sum total crops production cost are a particularly location in the field of agriculture. So this is price of the food lump sum total profit increase after the implementation of agricultural networks, the total budget of the project, such as the structural specification, how much is applied and how much it will be gained. So this is the also a question mark. Social balance after to increase the living uh, wealth of the country and to increase the water of the conflict generation of the hydropower plant, increase conflict between the local public and the government upper body development of the agricultural land is also a essential issue. Uh, Design hydraulically, structurally adequate channel, the siphon drainage, and the siphon uh, crossing of the water manuals is regulate the ecosystem and the bridges maintenance and also about the controlling management, which is a vital role of the construction. So physical objects is known as a things is are also embedded into a season's software and also technologies that use the pump connecting and to exchange the devices to increase a server's life of the structure, uh, maintain a value and a smooth, efficient working to the building's maintenance. Conclusion is the main role of the civil engineering to the achieve a sustainable design and the economical, social, and the environmental criteria. So, affects and the social environment impacts the irrigation projects, International Institute for the Land Reclamation and the Improvements. So, there are seven major factors also. So we will also discuss with them the engineering and the role of the irrigation projects to improve the irrigation engineering involves the artificially providing the crops with the water. This technique is used in the farming and to enable to plants and the grow when there is enough rain, particularly in the aid of the area. It is also used in the less region of the provide the plants and the water they need when seed setting. About the 66% of the world, the water catchment is also used for the farming and the continuous to mark the increasing use of the agriculture. But most important system, 50 to 60% of the water used doesn't benefit to the plants. If therefore it is necessary to set up the more careful designed irrigation system and to ensure the optimum agriculture production while preserving the sources. The choice of irrigation method depend upon the types of the crops and the economic uh, content, which is subject to the major feasibility. The total geographical area of the land is uh, to be covered with the calculation of the water and also the cultivation and the other landscaping for the human lives and also beautification of the landscape is also a part of the The utilization surface water potential is also a considerable and the measurable uh, factors also. Uh, there are seven irrigation engineering aspects. Number one, increase in crops yield, protection, the farming, culture, the supervision of superior crops, estimation of the mixed cropping, economic development, increase in crops yield with a proper feasibility depending upon the shape and the growth, and the protection of the farming. It is also a measurable uh, consideration. It should be controlled according to the safety measures and the hygienic measures. The cultivation of the superior crops is also a factor. Estimation of the mixed cropping, economics development, hydropower generation, demonstration of the industrial water supply, and the calculation of the water pressure test. Also, once the system is established, the pressure test is required for the landscaping and the irrigation system, which is always running with the pressure line by the generating the pressure mechanically and according to the calculated rate of flow the water is going here and there are drip line system also. This is the sprinkler system also, and the compensating the pressure bubbler also. This is the system. So the soft-scape land, the beautification of the land is also controlled. The major factor of the water is necessary. So how the pressure test is according to the dia of the pipes and the bars calculated, and the pressure going from distance to distance is measured. So all of this test is should be done after two system uh, checks. If the pressure test is not in active position and it is not working, it is leaking somewhere, the total irrigation network, it is a useless. It cannot be work because this is the force main line and the pressure related manpower for the water displacement from the point to point and the area to area. So this is the pressure needed, which is the according to the relevant standard, and the procedure is test to be done, and then the uh, area is, you can say that it will be the active for the landscaping and the pressure and the watering uh, needing. Then the interruption of the reading, this is also a one factor when the pressure is controlled by either, if it is a software control, because in the most modern countries, this is software control. No, there are sensor also, there is a pressure also, time by time when it is required, it's working. And the water also accumulation with the different types of the structures and feeding to the soils, and this is the main uh, important factor for this water feeding to the soil and the vegetation and the shrubs and the trees. So the pressure should be within the specific time, and it should be checked by third party agency which establish the system and check it. And all of this network should be laid in accordance to the approved shop drawing and the calculated pressure rating system. So wherever it is required, it should be done. So thank you very much and have a nice day. In next video, we will see each other with another subject. Thank you very much and have a nice day.